What's up, everybody? My name is Darren Wong, and I represent the Kinjas, and welcome to my beginner hip-hop dance class where I teach you all the basic moves, grooves, and concepts you need to know in order to freestyle and learn hip-hop choreography. Today's lesson, we're going to focus on our bounce and our hops to the side and resetting with one leg. Alright, so before we jump into the tutorial, if you want to take your dancing to the next level and have personal training from myself, go ahead and click that link in the description box. That way you can apply today and hopefully we'll be able to work together. Alright, so the single leg reset is really just a variation of our basic bounce and hop to the side. Okay, so going back to our basics, all I'm doing is I'm just splitting my center and I'm leaning to either my right or my left. Okay, so if I lean to my right here, normally I would come back together both feet. Same thing if I lean to my left, I come back together both feet. Okay, but today's lesson we're going to focus on how do we reset with just one leg. Okay, so if you haven't seen my previous lesson I did on the running man where we actually reset with our front leg, right? And I'm just coming back here. This is actually the same exact move, but I'm now going side to side. Okay, so again, going off of that lesson, all I'm thinking is whatever leg is out or whatever leg I'm leaning on, that's going to become my balance leg. Okay, so if I jump to my right here, my right leg is the leg I'm leaning on, so that means my right leg for now is going to be my balance leg. Okay, we get into different lessons where it's your opposite leg, but for this lesson, it's the leg that you're leaning on. Okay, so from here, I want to come center onto my right. Okay, so one more time, if I'm over here, if I'm jumping to my right leg becomes my balance leg. Okay, same thing if I jump to my left. If I jump to my left leg here becomes my balance leg. Okay, so now we want to figure out, okay, how do we jump from each side then? Okay, so if we jump to the right, now it's on my right leg. Okay, so since my right leg is the only thing on the ground, now I want to use that to split the center again and lean to my left here. Okay, so same thing. Now my left leg, I'm leaning on it. I want to bring back to center. And now again, I want to use my left leg to split my legs to the right. So I'm going right leg, jump, left leg, jump, right leg, jump, left leg, jump. All right, so a key thing to remember here is we always want to reset our body in the center. That way we have very good control when we're jumping and we're not falling off balance. So for instance, if I jump to my right, I don't want to keep leaning over here and then try to jump to the left, right? So I want to come back to center. It's almost like my reset. That's what we call a single leg reset. I'm resetting my body and I jump to the left. Reset my body with my left, jump to my right. Okay, so again, this is right center, out, left center, out, right center, out, left center, out. All right, so one more thing I mentioned in the running man tutorial is we want to make sure that we're bouncing on the floor, almost like we're springing or ricocheting off the floor versus thinking picture in picture, right? This would be picture, stop, 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 stop. Now I want to kind of bounce out of each one. So bounce, 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 bounce. And that bounce really just comes from one, being on my toes, and two, just kind of like right when I hit the floor, I want to use my legs to kind of lift me back up. All right, so now that we understand that, now we need to put it with counts. Okay, so for the slow version, all I want you to think is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we'll speed it up to 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, so let's try the slow version. So this is right together, left together. Here we go. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Let's try that again. I'll face the back so you get a different angle. So starting with the right. So 6, 7, 8. This is right together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so if you feel good with that, then you want to speed it up to the faster counts. You want to think 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, so remember in our music we're hitting those hi-hats. Boom, cat, boom, cat. That's what the and count is. Okay, so let's try that. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 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 1. Good. Let's try that again. I'll face the back. Here we go. 5, 6. Starting with your right. 1 and 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 1 and. All right. So before we try that with music, if you have not yet, be sure to subscribe right now and hit that bell for the notifications. That way you're always notified when I release videos just like this. All right, so key takeaways with this lesson is 1, make sure that whatever leg you're leaning on, that is your balance leg. Okay, so again, if I jump to my right, since I'm on my right, that is going to be my balance leg. In a future lesson, I will get into how to do the opposite, and that will be a little bit more complicated. But just know for this one, all you need to focus is on whatever leg you're leaning on, make sure you're balancing on that leg, okay? Second key takeaway is make sure we're bouncing, right? So that's really just staying on my toes just to create that, it's almost like an extra groove or bounce without even trying to use your legs with it, okay? So just make sure you keep those key things in mind. All right, so if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.